Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Harley Quinn Season 2, Episode 3. And that confused me, because for some reason I thought I thought Episode 3 was what we watched last week. But looking back, it's like, no, that was only Episode 2. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. Either way, so last time we had Riddler University, we had Barbara Gordon, we had Harley and Ivy wearing makeup to look normal in terms of skin tone and everything. And just the continued, basically, adventures of our crew trying to stop the different supervillains who have taken over Gotham. We didn't get anything more on Bruce yet, but I assume we'll get more of that later in the season. I don't know exactly what to expect going forward. I assume we're still going to be taking down all the different villains, but that's not going to last forever. Like, that can't be all this season is about, so what else is going to happen? There's got to be more to this, I feel. We also have the not dynamic, the fact that Riddler wasn't killed like Penguin was. Riddler is being used as a literal human guinea pig. So at this point, it's like, is that going to go anywhere? Where else are we going to take this and everything? Excuse me. I guess we'll have to see. But I'm definitely interested. I'm definitely interested to see where this goes and what they do moving forward with these characters. Yeah, it just depends on what they do with it. I don't know how else to say it. But we're going to get into this and hope for the best with this episode. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirecting or the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, as I said in the reaction, I knew about Catwoman. I'd seen images of her before. I knew she was in this season. I just didn't know all the details. Like, I didn't know how she was going to be portrayed personality-wise. I didn't know, like, what role she would have or anything. I just knew she was in the season. So Catwoman, she's basically Catwoman. She's very much a solo act. She's very calm, very collected. Has this kind of very sensual tone to her voice, to her just the way she acts and speaks and everything. Comes across as very much femme fatale. And I think it works for her. I think it works. I think the voice actress did a fantastic job. And yeah, I like the performance. But then we also have the fact that Ivy has this weird relationship to her. Like, they've worked together in the past, but Ivy was talking about her as if she didn't like her, but then it's like she was very much kind of fangirling over her and making excuses for her and stuff and trying to, like, it's just like, I've seen that kind of thing done in other shows and stuff, where it's like you'll where a character talks shit about another behind their back, but then is like just like really attached to them when they're actually there and everything. And it's like I get the joke, I get the idea, but at the same time, it's just like, oh, okay. And there were some good jokes that came out of it, mind you, such as when Selena literally stole the coat off Ivy's back, and Ivy's response is like, "Yeah, but it looks better on her." It was so well done too. Um, Kite Man had a notable role in this episode, um, joining them on this heist to try and steal uh, a special ring for Ivy to propose with. And in the end, the proposal seems to go through, and Ivy is ready to accept it, ready to accept him as more than just a boyfriend. And it's like, I I get that this is the storyline for this and everything, but at the same time, it's like it's just because of the shipper in me, and just the fact that I really support Harley and Ivy as a couple, like in pretty much all media relating to them. It's a little bothersome and annoying to me to see this relationship with Ivy and Kite Man. I'm not even saying it's a bad relationship. It actually seems very positive. Kite Man is actually a very good person, all things considered, for her. He actually is very respectful. He cares about her genuinely, and he truly does respect her boundaries and her ideas and stuff. He's a bit of a dumbass, and he doesn't always read a situation right, but he does genuinely love her and genuinely respect her. And you have to acknowledge that, and that's pretty cool. But still, it's like no matter what, I'll still always ship Harley and Ivy more so. We also had Trapman or Trapmaster or whatever his name was. Um, I don't, I've never heard of this guy before. I don't know if he's been in other Batman related media or whatnot. He might have been, and I just don't remember, or just don't know of such. Um, I guess it's an interesting gimmick to have a villain be like super obsessed with like elaborate traps and whatnot. Like it works, but I don't know. He just felt like a B-lister to me in this episode. He just didn't feel like all that impressive. Um, I don't know. Maybe it was just the execution of it. And there are a lot of like references with the Trapmaster's collection and stuff. Um, I know there was Scarecrow's mask, Firefly's gun, all this different stuff there. And it's pretty cool to see a lot. And if you looked at the background, you could probably see a lot more references if you really knew where to look and what they were. There's probably quite a lot in there. Thinking about it. But this entire heist was to get Firefly's gun so they could melt Mr. Freeze's ice. So in this episode, they didn't actually deal with another member of the Injustice League. Outside of Psycho and the rest of the crew back at the base having to deal with Riddler, who escaped. Although he didn't escape, he decided to stay. Because why not, I guess. It's just, it's interesting. And pacing it out like that is going to actually help with what I brought up in the pre-thoughts about not being able to like spend the entire season covering all of these villains, because there's not a lot, all things considered. And as I was saying in the pre-thoughts, it's like they have to do something else this season, right? But if they're gonna spread it out and do some other stuff as well, then maybe they'll make it work. I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh my! But I definitely enjoy this, and even though it like had Ivy and Kite Man get engaged, it was very much still showing how perfect Harley and Ivy are together. Like it wasn't even really being subtle about it. So I'm definitely interested to see where all of this goes. But yeah, uh, not really much else to say. So tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of Harley Quinn, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.